Hey everyone, welcome back to How to Be a Poser. Today we're going back to the dark side, and to do that we'll be using the Hot Toys Emperor Palpatine Deluxe 6-scale figure set. Let's get started. All right, here he is, Emperor Palpatine, still in his box, exactly the way he's going to come to you. Comes with a few accessories, including some lightning, his cane, Luke's lightsaber, and this deluxe version includes his throne. Look at this thing, it's glorious. Can't wait to see what I can do with this thing, so let's get rolling. All right, here he is, Emperor Palpatine out of his box, ready for posing. All right, so the first pose, obviously, I just want to knock out this whole posing him on the throne thing. Obviously, that's where we see him for 90% of the film. If you buy this piece, you're buying it for the throne, period. It seems like it'd be pretty straightforward, but then there's the question of posture that you're going to have to address. And I suspect that the throne itself is going to dictate exactly how that works. All right, so I'm just going to get him in just a basic posture here first before dialing everything in. So yeah, obviously I've got this sitting posture going on. I'm going to put him on the throne and just kind of experiment with it a little bit at a time. First thing I'm running into is heads colliding with the top of that. So that is easily addressed. Oh yeah, all right, that's going on there nicely. This is one of those things, I think posing for this is just going to be one of those things where you can just push everything down and it just kind of falls into place. It looks like his feet are just stopping a little bit short of the ground. I'm gonna mess with this just a little bit to see if I can get this to work. Just bend those legs and not quite hitting the ground. So I think just to make this work, I'm gonna bend his toes down. Just bend those legs a little bit more and just have him kicked back. All right, I think that the key to making this look its best is going to be like having a combination of a slouching posture, because he's just almost like Snoke was in episode 8, just kind of lackadaisical, cocky, way too at ease for his own good. And a lot of it is going to be just basically messing with the fabric until you get something that falls naturally. Like, see how this fabric downscales nicely in appearance, but in order to get it to really work well, you're gonna have to create some pleats. The fabric that's fallen behind his back there, that might actually be propping him up a little too much. So I'm just gonna pull as much of it forward as I can, just sort of push it down to the side, create those attractive pleats that make it look a little bit more natural. Again, this whole pose on the throne thing is just gonna be all about making sure that that costume falls properly. That's gonna be what sells it. In order to just provide an illusion of it actually, of his feet actually touching the ground, I'm getting his toes down on the ground here, and I'm using his robe to hide the fact that he's bent at the ankles. And that's really the best way that you can achieve that effect. Now, once you've accomplished that, then you can address the other things, like making sure that his hand rests as naturally as you can on the side of the throne itself. I'm just going to move this over to this little control panel, like he's actually doing something. Just as an added touch, you can see that I failed to get this hand to go down completely on the throne itself. So what I want to do is to just go ahead and bring Luke's saber into play and just have him kind of reaching like he's about ready to put his hands over Luke's lightsaber. You want this, don't you? All right, I think that that's kind of got the pose where I want it. Now the switch is going to be right here behind his legs at the front of the throne. And there we go. For many fans over the past 40 years and more, Palpatine has pretty much been the epitome of evil. And that throne of his is pretty iconic and almost a character in and of itself. Combine the two together and you're talking about something very special on your shelf.